welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Ella and I make videos on witchcraft, Wicca and paganism. So for today's video I want to talk a little bit about sigils, what they are and how you can make your own and how to use them. So just as a preface, this sigil video is going to be a little bit of a shorter video and more of a mini introduction to sigils. There's a lot of history surrounding sigils that you could really get into and like look at all the cultural context of sigils and things like that. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to be talking about sigils within the world of witchcraft, more contemporary modern witchcraft, how we use them today, how you can make your own. So what are sigils? So sigils essentially are symbols of power. So you are going to have a sigil, and it's a little bit of an umbrella term, dedicated or with a certain purpose to create a desired outcome for whatever you desire. So for example, a sigil can be a symbol that you create or a symbol that you use, that you charge up with your energy, with your intent, and you can use it in multiple different ways throughout your day. You can draw in, you can deflect or banish something. So sigils are really versatile, not to be confused with runes. Runes are a very different thing. I have a video on runes that I will link in the description box below. You can either use pre-made sigils or you can make your own. Now pre-made sigils have the benefit that a lot of times they are either tested symbols. So within the occult world, for example, you're going to have a lot of different sigils or symbols that are already associated with certain meaning or certain power that you can already use, or of course if you make your own, they are incredibly creative, they're incredibly versatile, and they can be made into literally whatever you desire them to be. They are one of the more creative tools that you can use within your witchcraft practice. So let's head over to the table so that I can show you how you can create your own sigils and how you can use them. So the first thing you obviously need is a pen, a paper, and your intention for the sigil. Now, this is just one technique. There is another one that I really like and I'm going to show you soon. But for this one, this technique is a very popular technique that you will see a lot of times in sigil making as well. Now, one tip is to write your sigils in the present tense, so you already have what you desire. It just lends a little bit of that extra energy to it. So I am in power, for example. Now, this sigil was a bit of a spontaneous one, so don't mind that it is a little bit weirdly worded. I do suggest for you to kind of consider your wording a little bit better than I did here, but this was just for demonstration purposes. So essentially, what you can see me do is cross out these letters and write down their lines. So if a line, for example the A over here, is that slanted line and another slanted line and the little one in the middle, I write these down and then I cross out any of the overlapping letters so that we don't have too many lines. You can put sigils literally anywhere. You can use them with lotion on your body, you can put them on your windows, you can put them on your car. The options are endless. So once you have all of these letters written down into simple forms or simple shapes, you can pick one to start with. Now, because the S was so distinct in the sentence, I picked that as the main sigil shape. And then what you are going to do is get creative. You're going to basically, as you can see here, pick all of your shapes, all of your lines and squiggles, and create a sigil with that. Now, this is very creative and one of the techniques again. I like this process. And it does take longer for you to do just because, you know, you want to kind of make it look a certain way and things like that. So that's just what I came up with here. But obviously you have all the creative freedom for your own sigils. It does mean that they are always going to be unique. Realistically speaking, you can honestly just like if it comes to your mind and if it makes sense to you, then you can probably use a sigil for it. You can use sigils for protection, you can use sigil for inspiration, you can use sigils for summoning money, or, you know, drawing money to you. You can use sigils to help you be more focused when you're doing schoolwork. There is like no limit essentially to sigils. You can work with, you know, spirits with sigils, or you can manifest love with the sigil. Like, there's just really, you know, an absolute plethora of ways that you can use sigils. Sigils can also be applied to many things, such as clothing, such as your phone. I actually have a sigil of protection in my phone case. Either drawn on a piece of paper works, or if you want to draw it directly on the phone case, depends on the surface. A lot of sigils can be tattooed as well, and sigils can be charged and recharged as well. A lot of times different types of sigils will need an activation. An activation can be multiple different ways that you can do that. A common one is, for example, burning the sigil. Sometimes it is very simple and the last line, so if you're doing a triangle, for example, the last line can already be activating the sigil in a way. And I will link a couple of resources as well as books that you can look and check out regarding sigils that are going to be more in depth than this YouTube video. So that was how you can create sigils, how you can use sigils, and I hope you enjoyed this video. As of course, as always, I will link all of the information and my socials in the description box, as well as my Patreon if you want to support my channel and me. And of course, if you like this video, please consider giving it a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day, and see you next time.